Hey everybody. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video. Just been working a lot and all sorts of things. Just not a lot of time for YouTube right now in my life. Just wanted to put it out there. My grandpa passed away a few days ago, and just if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even think about being in model railroading. He's the only reason I am a modeler. He built me my first layout when I was 3 years old and helped me along the way, and it's the only reason I'm doing what I do today. And it's a big part of my life. Um, so I'm working on a few little projects, a couple cars I got from him. Uh, just like to talk about weathering. So everybody likes to, you see a cool car that's got a lot of rust and graffiti on it. You do a couple cars, whatever. But really, if you have a large layout, you want it to look realistic, obviously. Um, you can't only have a couple cars that are weathered. You know what I mean? I've seen this on multiple layouts. They have a few cars and then they buy brand new cars and never get the chance to weather them or don't really think about it. If you want it to look natural, you need to have pretty much every car, depending on what it is exactly. I mean, not every car is heavily weathered, obviously, but you need to have most of your cars somewhat weathered. So right now I'm just working on a few things that go along those lines, just light weathering. So that would involve fading and just doing a little bit of grime, obviously on the wheels, obviously on the trucks, and under frame is always gonna have grime on it. That doesn't matter if it's a month old. There aren't a lot of brand new cars coming out on the market anymore anyway. So most of the cars you see have tons and tons of dirt on them. And maybe they're not the rustiest things in the world, but they're going to have dirt. You can't avoid that. So I'll show you a couple cars I'm working on and just my process that I go through when I get a new car that looks too clean. So here we go. So here we have a Rich Grain Service car, PTLX leaser. I apologize, I didn't take pictures of it before I did anything to it. When I have a car like this, this is the blue box I got used, so it came put together pretty much already. I don't want to just, yeah, you can just go weather every single car, fading in a little grime, right? But really, a lot of times cars wear differently, okay? So for instance, this one, your lettering started fading off a little bit, okay? Along with that, there was quite a bit of grime running down the side. Along with the under frame is pretty much black. So when I get a car like this, so this one's going to be a hard one to do because this is an old Seaboard and is a CSX patch or free letter pretty much. That one already came a little bit rusty. But that's besides the point. So I'll say I get this car, it's bright orange just like it was 10 minutes ago. I go on to my computer and I don't have the list here. Anyway, so I go to Railroad Picture Archives. Tons and tons and tons of pictures of lots and lots of cars. So what I do, I go rolling stock. So let's go back here. Rolling stock, okay. Then you go by car type. Okay, so I went rolling stock, covered hopper. Every leaser, every road name imaginable. Okay. So you click, let's say we want to do BNSF. Find BNSF. Sorry for the glare there. Go to BNSF, click that. Then you have every single, well, okay, I'm not going to go that far. Most numbers of cars that are out there. I know some of you guys are probably ones that upload to this website, but I'm not one to stand along the tracks and take pictures of every single car. So there's no way I would have a picture of one even similar to the car I want, okay? Number series would be different runs of the car. So you're looking for a specific number. Say I have, you know, 4,410. Okay, there's one picture. This looks like a concrete car. So there you go. Now, if you had this exact car number, that would kind of be cool to do some graffiti just like that's on here, you know. Then you have road and number specific detail along with weathering. So you can tell this one's not too dirty. It's got a little dirt, but I mean, if you're one to just go rust up, put rust patches all over your car, well, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be quite accurate on this one. So anyway, the process I went through for this PTLX car, looked at this picture. There's only one picture of it. I can safely assume the other side looks very similar, but I'm not going to do the same graffiti, you know. So I did a little sanding. I did a little bit for the letters just to make them look like they were fading off. And then I just did some light. At first I faded the whole car to the point where I thought it looked decent, you know. And then I went over with the little brown and black paint. And I airbrushed it. There was no hand painting done on this at all. Apologize for my kind of crappy graffiti, but I don't really have anything that does it very small. I was just experimenting, and it's not a very expensive car to start with. So anyway, so the next car I was working on, I'm just going right down the line as long as I'm fading and griming them up. That's a pretty old blue box car there, I believe. So I did find a couple numbers that were similar, but not the exact number. That one's obviously a different paint scheme, but since that's a 450710, this 450582, so it's pretty much the same run of cars, but at one point they probably put the logo in a different spot. I'm not sure. Kind of whatever they want to paint them at the time. But this one is the exact paint scheme here. And obviously you can tell it's just pretty much dark. But you do dark over a perfectly bright green car, it's not going to look right. First thing you gotta do is start fading it, okay? This side is lightly faded, you can't tell, but compared to what it used to be, it's a little bit noticeable. I'm still going to do a few more layers of fading on this car, okay? And then I'm going to do quite a bit of grime, but the hard part's going to be not like making the BM logo look black, you know, because it just seems like a lot of around the logo got dark. So that might be a hard thing to do on this one, but I'm going to do my best. And then at some point, once I get a better method of doing the reflective tape, I'll probably go along and pick out a whole handful of cars and do a whole bunch of them at a time. I'm not going to do that right away. But this one doesn't have any graffiti at all, which is kind of surprising. But I'm not going to do anything crazy with this other than just a light weathering job. And really, once you do a light weathering job on your layout, it's on your cars, it just makes everything kind of blend in more, look a little more natural, like I said. And yeah, so let's go over the layout and I'll show you a couple things I've been working on. As you can see here, I got quite the mess with the cars. I kind of just moved them on my yard here. I know this looks like a mess too, but the yard all laid out. So this yard can hold probably 60 cars, which is pretty decent actually. And then I got my grain train along the back there. Another engine I just got, which another light weathering job that wasn't really necessary to do heavy. You just can tell on the bottom, fuel tank, trucks, just lightly done, very lightly. I didn't even do any fading on this one, that wasn't really necessary according to the pictures. And then of course you gotta do a little bit on top, you know, where the exhaust is. Another light weathering job on a track engine. That's got, hard to tell on my video here on my phone, but it does have light weathering on the bottom just to make it a little more subtle, and then light on the top also. So that's that. yeah, it's coming along. I'm just trying to figure out my staging yard, and my goal is to have some operating sessions pretty soon. Since my grandpa passed away, I did get most of his train stuff, which would include Power Pro system. I just need to do some wiring and possibly some resetting of the system itself. So this will come in handy, you know, it's something I was going to buy anyway, because my power cab couldn't power the whole layout. So that's probably going to sit somewhere in the middle, and then I have 3 ports, and I got 2 Cabel 4Ps, and of course I got my power cab controller and the Pro Cab controller. So I'm going to have 4 controllers and 3 plug-in ports, which will be nice because I'll have one probably at the end of the yard, somewhere here, and then somewhere down a ways, just so you don't have to stretch your cord in case something derails, or you can do some switching over here. There's my pile of palm trees, which is not going to go as far as I would have hoped, but I'm going to need to buy a few more packs of those, I'm thinking. Here's a possible station setup for the Oceanside area. This is supposed to be the beach, if you remember from some of my older videos. I just like the southwestern style of the station, and I might just make it a Metrolink station. I'm not exactly sure yet. Another thing I did, I don't know if I really even talked about this sort of thing here. Right there you see, oh, it's kind of dark. This is going to be a motel, okay? Just kind of like an Oceanside type scene. As you can tell, it's kind of like southwestern-y colors, I guess. It's like a bluish green. The video does not pick that color up right. It's more green than blue. And it's got the dark reddish brown. So just the style of it's kind of cool. It's a standard motel. So that's that, guys. So I appreciate the ones of you who've stuck around and still get multiple subscribers a week, you know. Even though I haven't uploaded anything, I'm sure a lot of you have been looking out for my videos, but it's just been busy, you know. Apologize and everything. So thank you for watching, though. I know it was kind of a long video about a whole lot of nothing, but thank you for watching, and please stay tuned. Hopefully I can get in the mood of actually uploading 1 or 2 a month, which would be kind of cool, just to keep you guys entertained. So yep, thank you, thanks again, and please comment, subscribe, like, whatever, you know. Thank you.